Hello, Virgo. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Virgo, let's see how your energies will be for April 2026. Let's do a general overview. Remember that we'll go over the details later in the new videos that will be uploaded to the channel, so stay tuned. This reading applies to everyone who has their sun, rising, moon, or Venus in the sign of Virgo. Virgo, if you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content. If you need a personal consultation with me, you can email me at the address shown on the screen, and I will send you all the information you need. Please note 3 phone lines have been activated for Argentina, Spain, and the rest of the world, where you can contact a tarot service 24 hours a day. You will be able to communicate with my team, a group of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions instantly. We are going to channel a message for the sign of Virgo, April 2026. Virgo, this begins with the Page of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the Chariot, the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands. There is something special about this energy because it speaks to the choices you will be making this month. This is about choosing your direction, choosing your goal, choosing your target. This is not a month to let pass by. This is not a month to keep going in circles with wishes and dreams, with ideas above all that will keep spinning around in your mind. And so the idea is, Virgo, to ask yourself, what is it that makes you happy? What is your true goal in your life? What is your goal? Where do you want to head? Where do you want to move forward? Get out of that doubt, out of the fog, out of so many options, and start choosing what is really good for you. What makes you feel free? What gives you peace? What do you want? What do you want to achieve or accomplish? Whether it's a move, a relationship. Now let's see where this goes, right? Or a trip, or a complete change in your life.
Entonces,
So it's a month where a lot of information is going to start coming into your life. And that new information brings a new vision. You are going to be using that time for analysis and study. And that's what's important, right? It's about studying the options available. To discard what is no longer useful, what has already served its purpose. Start clearing your mind. Maybe the energy is telling you that when it comes to it, the less, the better. Less is more. Don't overload yourself with things. Don't overwhelm yourself with options. The same can also be applied to relationships, connections, right? Like being selective. This is like a natural selection as well. When it comes to who you open up to and who you don't so much, who you have more connection with, choosing the people around you. No. Also bring those desires down to earth. That's why I say, so they don't just keep spinning around in your mind. Say, I want to make this happen. I want to reach that goal and make the decision. That's why I say it's a month of decisions where you will be moving forward toward that new goal, toward that new life goal. It's like you've already thought about it and there's no doubt about what you want to do. If you've been delaying a decision in the past few months, because you still weren't completely sure, this month that sense of certainty changes. You know where you want to move. You know where you want to go. Celebrate that. Thank you. It's true that the choice you make will be a very fortunate one. It's like the decision will not only bring you happiness, you'll also really want to share the good news. and say, finally, I finally did it. I finally made the decision.
Mm.
Let's see what else we have, or where this reading is going. Thank you. Virgo, thank you. April 2026. Let's take 3 more tarot cards. Thank you. You have the Emperor, the 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. Death. There's a lot of energy, right, of setting that boundary with what was confusing you, to get out of that, maybe a loose end, that emotional thing, from overthinking, to also set certain boundaries with certain people, could be, or groups, right? This is like a Virgo who starts choosing consciously, starts organizing his life and giving it a new structure, right? To feel much more stable. And to say, I don't have to carry all this anymore. I don't have to take responsibility for energies that aren't mine, of other people's energies, of other people's influences, of habits from certain environments. Why? Because you are at a point where you have to choose, at a point where you need to decide. This yes, this no, and I feel like you're getting very strict about that, right? When it comes to the choices you're going to be making, there could also be a pretty serious tone on a mental level. And a commitment to an idea. It's like, I came up with an idea, that information came to me, and I'm very convinced about what I want to do, about what I want to say, and about what I'm going to carry out. It's like you're unwavering in that decision. That's why I can tell you're so confident when it comes to setting healthy boundaries with those around you, with other people. We've said it, right? Saying no without guilt. And above all, standing up for your position, your goals, and your ideals. Don't let anyone make you doubt yourself about your choices, about your ability, and about the decisions you're making in your life. Because you are going to move forward, but you won't move forward the way you used to before, right? With difficulty, with tiredness, exhaustion, carrying so much. That's why this is the month where you set limits on that burden, to those demands, to that need to please as well in certain relationships or groups, where you devoted yourselves, where you gave, right? But you were also taking responsibility for things that may not have been yours. That's why this is a month of total transformation. This implies a fundamental change. A change where something from your past is eliminated, where it is cut off completely. And you open the door to a rebirth. So can this month feel like a symbolic death? Yes. Something comes to a definite end. You are in a cycle of change, but something also begins. There may be uncertainty. You may get to see what's coming. Mystery is also possible, but you are already in this process of transformation. It is covering several areas of your life. I feel like this is the beginning of a big change.
Virgo, eh?
A big change right now. Let's see what else we have. April 2026. Virgo. You still have the King of Swords here. The 5 of Cups. Death, it comes up again. Thank you. The High Priestess. All right. I have no doubt that your mindset this month is very serious. You are taking something very seriously. I feel like you've developed an idea. It has given it a foundation, a structure. And you don't want that idea to remain just an idea. You want it to materialize. You want that project to be launched. But this implies making very firm decisions about your life. And these are decisions that have to do with cuts. We've talked about boundaries, and we've talked about endings. It is true that here there is a grieving process this month, with something that is lost, or with something that comes to an end. It could be your past. It could be a relationship, friendships in some cases, but something that one ends up accepting as an ending. Right? And sometimes in accepting this, there are emotions, there is sensitivity, right? Realizing that this whole situation is also helping your mental maturity or a new way to approach your life in a more serious way or in a more objective way, right? That's why I think it could be the beginning of a great life plan. And the wisdom in this month, it's incredible. There's so much wisdom, it's a lot. The mental power. So, I have no doubt that you, in order to move forward with this new life goal, you are going to have to let go of your past, put an end to it, or bring something to a symbolic end that may have interfered with your progress. And now it's the month when I realize this. That's why I set the limit. I set limits on distractions. I get serious about a goal. I set the limit on toxic influences, toxic environments that drained my energy, that exhausted me. Back then, I wanted to fit in unconsciously, and now I choose. Now I choose what's right for me. I choose what matters in my life. I choose from the heart, from your intuition. It's a month where many secrets can be revealed, where you become aware of many things or truths that were hidden. And this could be a trigger of this limit that I'm talking about. Something hard to accept, yes. Sometimes learning something about someone close to you can be impactful. Sometimes this can bring disappointment and emotional confusion, but it's part of the process of accepting things as they are, or accepting an environment or a person. And acceptance is what brings liberation, and it's what benefits you so that you can make way for this deep transformation that will happen this month. Let's draw one more card here. I believe that trusting your own mind and your decisions is the key this month. Virgo, April 2026. You have 9 of Cups. Happiness is coming to you because despite this whole process of transformation and of change, happiness is just around the corner. And with this happiness, all those wishes that you decided should not remain as fantasies, but rather you have decided to put them into practice, to carry them out, to take action. A wish is coming true here. A wish is being granted to you because you have made the decision to move forward with it. Okay, let's see what we have in the Oracle. Let's see what your major arcana will be. That will be accompanying you this month for April 2026, Virgo. Let's see. You have the Star, pure renewal this month. I think for Virgo, this is the month when you're going to start to see that new timeline, that new future, to open yourself up to a new team as well. It could be a new work team, new friendships, people with a super open mind, and also start to plan ahead. Very intense. This thing about desire is very intense. Very intense. That dream. That ends up materializing. There's something you're going to do this month. But this also tells us something regarding your upcoming renewal from the inside outwards.
Mm.
April is a month that brings hope. It's a month where I feel you're going to receive a blessing. You have to go through it first, through a transformation. Dear Virgo, this is what we've seen. For all of you, have a beautiful month of April, and see you here next time.